We are now recording. I'm Tess Owen, founder of Omni Social Media, and I'm excited for everyone to be here today. And let me see, someone's in the chat box right now. So the way I'm presenting, I actually can't see the chat, but all the participants should be able to see the chat. Go ahead and put your Instagram handle in there. Follow the other people who are on here if you're not following them yet. And then, of course, round robin it so that we can all get more followers. I'm at Omni Social Media. I'm also Ready Girl Tess on Instagram, and would love to follow. I think I'm following everybody here, but let's go ahead. I do have you guys all on mute, so I'm gonna have each of the 5 participants unmute themselves one at a time and share who's on the call. So actually, let me go like this. Annette, why don't you get started? Share who you are and what your business is.
Sure. Hi, I'm Annette Bevers. I am a CPA and I help small businesses with their accounting to make it less stressful and overwhelming using QuickBooks Online.
Yay! Do you have a subscription service yet or not yet?
For
like just help with QuickBooks?
No, I've thought about doing something like that, like a membership thing where like it had like a Facebook group that people could pop in and ask questions. I have a free Facebook group that I'm doing, which has been really good practice, but I'm not getting a ton of like people asking questions and stuff.
Not yet.
So I'm not sure if there's, if it's something that people would really pay for at this point.
Yeah. We can develop it.
Yeah, it's on my list of ideas.
Okay, cool. Myra, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Okay. Hi, I'm Myra Assad. I'm the owner of the Coop Pleasanton. It's a play and party place for kids. This was aired on the show Shark Tank, and that's where I saw it. And Barbara had funded it, so it's basically a franchise. We're located on Hoppy Island Valley, and I opened 4 months ago. So I am here to learn more about Instagram, and I feel most of the younger moms like Tess are on Instagram. So I'm trying to find those people.
Yay, cool.
And connect with them.
I'm excited. I want to talk to you because I've been thinking of some ideas for you. So.
Awesome. I remember seeing that on Shark Tank, and because you're in the shopping center by Hop Yard Restaurant, right?
Yes, exactly. That's where we're at. So it's a really good location. It's pretty central. We get people from, believe it or not, Oakland sometimes, which is interesting. But yeah, so just trying to get the word out there. We do private parties on the weekends, and we do open play during the weekdays. So moms or dads who are busy, we have free Wi-Fi. They can work from here. And so we're trying to make this the go-to place for kids.
I'm going to host a party for you. I'm going to host a party there, and we'll get all my friends with all their babies over there.
Awesome. We should do that.
Okay, Christine, you want to introduce yourself? You got to unmute yourself, or I can unmute you.
Let me find my unmute.
You're unmuted.
Wait, it's down here. Hold on.
No, you're good. I did it.
I'm good?
Yeah.
Okay, my screen just went away. Okay. Christine Rossi, Antero Real Estate Services. I specialize in helping buyers and sellers find the best solution for their home enjoyment, and when they sell their home, they get the most money. So I've been doing this I got my 30-year PIN a couple months ago.
That's awesome.
So I really applaud, Tess, what you're doing with social media, because I really do think that it really is a revolution for young people. Now, I don't consider myself old, but I do notice that I think business building on Instagram and Facebook is really the way of the future. So I think it's good if you're just starting out. I think it's a great way to do it. I mean, you have to realize that there are about 1 million realtors in the Bay Area, right? So it's not, you don't have anything really unique except your own value and your own brand. So I think when you start a company like you're doing, Myra, I think that's wonderful because it's something unique. So bravo.
Very cool. And Joyful Living Today.
Yes.
Your brand.
Joyful Living Today. I love to bring joy and happiness to my clients.
Yay.
That's what, you bought a house recently, Tess, right? I mean, it changes your whole life.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that's hard for us who network, because we're like, can we have 2 realtors on our house? Can I have,
It's difficult, right?
can I have 2? It's like, oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. I'm like,
yeah, it is hard because there are so many of real estate agents. There's not a lot of you. There's not a lot of Myras, and there's not a lot of female CPAs, right? I mean, I don't think there is, but anyway. So I think it's a real good niche for people to really get in early and build their brand. And I think you're doing a terrific job helping people, I must say.
Thank you. Well, I love seeing your posts. You're getting better and better every time you post. So glad you're here today. I am going to mute you.
Okay.
Unmute yourself if you want to talk at any point during the presentation. Jolene, I'm going to unmute you. So you are unmuted. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name's Jolene Philbrick, and I'm known as an abundant mindset expert, and I help women entrepreneurs unlock intuitively their prosperity blocks. So I work on beliefs and emotions.
That's awesome. And I feel like much needed. We put so many limits on ourselves, and we need to break those barriers. So that's huge.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And where are you driving to right now?
San Ramon.
Oh, so you're coming our way.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. And I know you're driving, but I want to make sure we're following you on Instagram. What's your Instagram? Did you type it, or I'll have somebody else type it?
I cannot type, but my Instagram is Jolen, Jolen 889.
Okay, someone type that in the chat box for us, at Jolen889. No, Jolen Mindset 889. And I'm just gonna look you up right now. Jolen Mindset, to make sure I got you. 889, and then you can hit the people tab. Says no one's coming up.
Well, it's Jolen.
Jolene, you're full of ones right now, which as an intuitive person, like you have one post, 111 followers, and 11 that you're following. Like
Yeah,
one across the top. Like,
isn't it great? I'm always connected to the angels. I love it.
That's really cool. Okay, cool. So I'm going to mute you, but this training will be really good for you. I know you're driving, but you can go back and do it this evening. And I'll send you everybody the replay anyway. Okay, very cool. Okay, one more person. Joe, are you still on here? Okay, Joe was on here, but it looks like he's not on here anymore. So we'll keep going unless Joe, no. Okay, yeah, so he's not on here anymore. All right, so super excited that you guys are here today. Again, yeah, Instagram is everything. I'm obsessed. And it's just a really great way to build your brand, build content, stay in the now. It's like if you're practicing these features little by little, they keep rolling out more and more stuff. And so the people who are coming to me with 0, I'm like, dude, the train is already sailed. Like, we got to get on this. And because it just keeps getting farther and farther down the tracks. So I'm really glad you guys are here today. Okay, it does look like Joe. Oh no, Alicia. Hi, welcome. We just are doing intros. You're not too late. Do you want to share who you are, Alicia? Doesn't look like she has her sound, actually. Alicia, type your Instagram account in the chat, and we're just going to get started. So today we're going to focus on bios, hashtags, and branding. There's so many different parts to Instagram that I'm really breaking them down, and I'm just focusing on a little bit at a time. So last month we focused it on kind of like Instagram 101. We talked about all the amazing features it has, just a really solid training. If you want to go back and watch that one, the link should be in your inbox. If you just joined the Inner Circle recently, I can send it to you again, but that was a really great training. Perks of being in the Inner Circle, you get all this information for free. I just want to dump it on you guys and bring it as you can go. Hey Joe, I'm going to mute you. You should be muted, but feel free to type your Instagram in the chat box so everyone can follow you. So who is here today? We already did introductions. We also have Joe Tagupa, who is also a realtor in San Ramon, and then also Alicia from Beauty Sensei. So look for their Instagrams in the chat box, and let's dive in. So a little bit about social media is, okay, so what's in it for me? You want to have a unified look. Again, I think Christine touched on this a little bit, but you want to be professional and have a unified look across the board. I definitely think it makes a difference, especially like hey, Alicia, can you mute? It's not letting me mute. Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay, cool. It definitely helps to have a unified look, professional. Let's say somebody is checking you out against your competitors. They are going to go with the person who looks more organized, especially if you're a millennial. I want everything to be aesthetics. I want to see who has the sexiest, cleanest profile. And so that's just from me what I look at. And then also your bio reminds people of who you are. So people might be like, is this the girl I met? And then they go to your bio, and if it's empty or there's nothing there, they're gonna be like, I'm not sure. But if it's like, lives in the Bay Area, you know, I'm an abundance mindset coach, then they're like, oh yeah, I remember her saying something about abundance mindset, and they link the two together subconsciously. So we're gonna fill out our profiles today and know what goes in there. And it's really powerful to have your profile. Consistency is memorable. So you weave it in and out of your messaging, and then you tweak and repeat. So what do I mean by that? Like, for instance, the last 2 or 3 years, I've been saying, you know, off the cuff, whenever something gets, you know, quiet in a room, or for my 30-second, if I don't know what I'm going to say that day, I'll weave in my social media campaigns. So I'll be like, DFTBA, and people are like, what is that? What are you talking about? And it's not really anything. It's just something that I kind of branded to test, so that people always say to me DFTBA, and I kind of weave it in when I have a void. Honestly, it's like if I have a hole to fill, I kind of put DFTBA in there, and it seems to all kind of tie everything together. So what's your brand? So Christine, like at the end of your 30 seconds, I just tied in joyful living today, right? It's like just this thing that you just kind of say, and it puts a smile on people's face, and it helps you become memorable if you're consistently weaving it in and out of your message. Now, every single day, all day long, I'm not like DFTBA, DFT. I mean, it sounds like I am sometimes, but I take breaks from it sometimes. I pump it up sometimes. So it just kind of depends on my mood. But it's like this underlying thing, marketing ploy that always puts a smile on people's face and helps me be memorable if I have nothing else to say. So I weave it in and out of my messaging as I feel like it. I might tweak it and repeat and repeat. The more you repeat, the more money you'll make. So you got to repeat yourself 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000,000 times to make $1 million, right? So you're going to get sick of saying it. Sometimes I get sick of saying DFTBA, to be honest with you, but it works. And it's my one consistent thing that kind of fills all my marketing holes. So does anybody have any questions about that? Like about what you're using or any ideas that you might have? Let me know, because we can even think of something for you. So your bio, this is what my bio looks like. It describes, what you want to do is describe who you are without stating the obvious. So a lot of people will be like, mom, wife, dog lover. And it's like, okay, those are kind of obvious things, right? So you want to be a little bit more subtle and sexy and fun and quirky, and kind of bring out things that are maybe who you are, but in a different way. So again, what sets you apart? You know, this is where you would put the joyful living today, include that somewhere. Sorry, Christine, I keep using you as the example. Put this somewhere in here. So I put communication queen. Again, that's kind of like my I have that on my LinkedIn even, right? So who are you? Are you a goddess? Are you a king? Joe, maybe you're a king, or maybe you're a Jedi, or a whatever. Think of something fun. And Annette, you would be really good. What is yours gonna be? Accounting something, right? Master, are you a master at something? And this is a self-appointed title that you just kind of give yourself and stand in it with confidence. So let me know if you have any ideas of what you like. Kombucha is like a funny word. It's just a fun word to say. Everybody say kombucha, right? And so I'm like, that's just funny. And I happen to really do like kombucha. I love drinking kombucha. So running on kombucha and positivity. What's something that you could say? Like guacamole is also a really fun word. Do you like guacamole? Maybe you could put a little avocado emoji in your bio. So think of that. What are really funny words to you? And then try like tying it into your bio. Again, like more random, silly, quirky you can get, the better with this, okay? And honestly, I don't think I've changed this bio in like 2 years. So once you have a really solid one that you like, you can kind of use it. Something else I kind of always say, I have like this little tagline, acting in kindness, living in truth, joy is my mission to bring to you. I like rhyming apparently, but that's something else I'll just kind of use to like fill in places, especially if like we're doing so much networking and you have to fill out those forms, like tell us something you don't know about yourself. I always say, you know, I've slept on top of Mount Sinai, right, in Egypt. Like that could be something that I put in my bio and people are like, what? This girl like slept on top of Mount Sinai? Like it just kind of tells like this underlying story. So really, what's cool about you? Maybe you pull something from your childhood. Those are the best when you mix old school and new school, okay? So my childhood, I grew up hauling trees and making maple syrup, and people are like, what? That's so random and weird, but it's the truth, okay? So what about your childhood could you weave in like a sexy, subtle way to your bio? Again, if anybody wants to talk about their personal bios, unmute yourself or raise your hand or get my attention, and we'll chat about your specific bio. This is the time to, you guys are here showing up today, so you get the special attention, and let's talk about it. So describe who you are without stating the obvious. Sprinkle in some emojis for sure. Emojis are super fun. They just came out with new emojis. There's a koala now. I forget what the other ones are, but they're always coming out with new emojis. And so if you could put like the green little water gun in your bio, tie that in somehow. I don't know what you're going to say about the green water gun, but that one's like a fun one. Tie in the emojis. And then I like kind of saying SF Bay Area. I like having reference to where I am in the country. So you can put that in there. You can put Livermore if you want to be specific, or San Ramon, or, you know, Brentwood if you want to be specific. But I kind of like just showing ties to the Bay Area. And then of course my hashtag DFTBA. So always kind of have that in there as like my little stamp of branding, and people are like, yeah, this is definitely that girl I met, because her profile just emulates it, you know, emulates who she is. And also it reflects what I say. You know, I say all of this stuff when I talk. I'm like DFTBA and all of that. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. Also, I'm going to talk about this link tree thing in just a second. So we'll talk about that. I think that's actually next on my list. Set up link tree for multiple links to profile. So this is really cool. I'm going to take you here in just a second, and we're going to do this together right now. This is something that is important, because something about Instagram is you can't have links. If you've ever noticed that, in a picture, when you're posting, in the description, you can't say, click here to learn more. Basically, unless you have 10,000 plus followers, which I don't think anybody on this call has 10,000 plus. So for now, we have to resort to hashtag link in bio. And the link in bio leads them to this link, and you only get one link in your bio. So only to your website or only to your Facebook page, one link. But with this link tree that we're going to set up in the next 30 minutes or however, 30 more minutes, we're going to set this up for the people who are on this call and who are watching this recording. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really cool and it's free. But basically, this link tree / Omni social media, if you click on it from my bio, you can then have a tree, and you can either go to my website, my Facebook group, my inner circle sign up, my blog, all the specific pages I want on there. So basically it allows you to have several links in your bio and hashtag link in bio. So if you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Give me a few minutes and I'll explain it. But that's just something that is great to have in place, and it's free, and you can see how many people click to your profile. I just want to show you, I had 66 profile views in the last 7 days. So if you're wondering, do people actually look at my profile? If you have a business account, it tells you how many people checked you out in the last 7 days. So I had 66 people come to this profile. So I definitely want it to be a representation of me. That might be the only time somebody sees me. Just a testament to Instagram. I believe Myra found me on Instagram and is now here. She's been following me for a couple of months and is now here all because of Instagram. So that's really, really cool, to the testament of, does Instagram really build your business, or does it really work? Not only does it build your brand, say who you are, helps you build content in amazing ways, it does bring you new clients, which is really, really great. These down here, this IGTV, I'm obsessed. I'll talk about that in a second. This is more intermediate level of, if you starting to get more comfortable on videos, you definitely need to know IGTV, especially Facebook Lives. If you're starting to do Facebook Lives, IGTV may be a really good step for you. And what's great is the same Facebook Live, you just download it and upload it to IGTV. You're not making two separate videos. It's the same video, you just record it once and you're putting it in different places. And then these highlights. This is also more for like intermediate. If you have your brand established, if you start really knowing your content, making these highlights, again, they just add to your story a level of professionalism. And so these, you do have to be a little bit strategic when you're creating them, but would love to chat with anybody about how to make highlights and if that's the next best step for your business. You do have to have a business page in order to have these highlights. Like Annette, you would be probably, I'm not sure if you have highlights yet or not, but you would probably be ready to have the highlights on your page. Joe, I think you're doing a good job. You're probably ready to tackle that. And I'm trying to think too, well, who's all on this call? Myra, I definitely think your branding is established. And if I didn't say your name, it's not because I don't think your branding is established. I'm just trying to remember everyone. So let's see here. Yeah. Okay. And so doing that, looking into that might be good if you're starting to get more comfortable on social media. Doing the highlight section can be pretty powerful too, and it's just fun. So the next thing is, let's actually spend a little time doing this Linktree thing. So I'll just show you guys how it works. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'm gonna I can maybe unmute all, and you guys can even speak up. Let's see if I can unmute all at the same time, or just unmute yourself if you want to say anything.
So the bio thing is the first page that we see. And for you, when somebody clicks on us, that's the first page that we see, right? And I have nothing on my bio, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So I basically, and this is where we're going to put the Linktree.
Yep.
Okay, and that will take us, because when we click on yours, it goes to a different page which has multiple options on it to go on to.
Yep, so I'm looking at yours right now, the Coop Pleasanton, and it says Party Entertainment Service, and then it just has your website. So that's where you need to say, you know, kids parties, just you, with maybe like the kids emojis, you know, what ages. I already thought like, oh, I wonder like, how old does my baby have to be? Like, what ages do you want to come, you know? And then definitely Wi-Fi, and find an emoji. Let people know that you have Wi-Fi. People will be flocking to the Coop. Okay, I know that I'm like, I want to go because just knowing that you have Wi-Fi. So extort that information for sure.
So put that all in my bio.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
tr.ee. So that it's a kind of a weird link. So it's linktr.ee. So you see it just like this. And I'll give you guys a second. And Myra, I'm going to mute you.
Okay.
Tess, you muted yourself.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And you use your Instagram login at Linktree. So it's linktr.ee. And then over here, you, you fill all this out. So these are all my links in bio. And then this is what it looks like. So people can go to my Inner Circle community, they can view my online trainings, my website, my blog, they can subscribe to my YouTube, all from my Instagram profile. It's all free. It's awesome. There is a paid version. I never needed it, or I'm, you know how I am. I'm like, do everything for free. And yeah, I don't think you need the paid version. I've never really even looked into it. But what's really cool is it even tells you like how many people clicked into each one of these somewhere. So let's see here. I think right here. Clicked 18 times. People have clicked to look at my Omni Inner Circle community. Online trainings has been clicked 30 times. My website has been clicked to 61 times. That's really interesting to me. My blog 11 times, and then my YouTube 9 times. So it tells me how many times my sites are getting clicked on. And again, it even just allows me to have one. So if I post a log, I'll be like hashtag link in bio. Or if I post a special, I'll be like hashtag link in bio. And I don't have to worry about changing the link in the bio to go to the current blog or to go to my current special or whatever my landing page is. It's just kind of a catch-all. So no matter when I click link in bio, I know I'm set because they go to the link in bio and then they're able to get to my YouTube or my whatever. Okay, so check this out. I'll give you guys a few minutes to mess around with it and let me know if you have any questions and start kind of setting it up. But this is what it looks like and might be helpful. I just refreshed the Coop Pleasanton. I don't see any new bio yet, but I'll check on it a little bit later too because you're probably working on your link tree. I'll pause and see if anybody has questions before I go back to my. So like you might, if you're like, what would I be doing? Like Joe or Christine, you might have a link to your website, a link to friend you on Facebook. It could say, let's be friends. And then it links to your personal Facebook page. So somebody can go from your Instagram to your Facebook and say friend request, right? To get a hold of you. Or it could go to your LinkedIn. It could also go to, if you need ideas, let me know, your YouTube.
Can we do our Yelp review page?
Yeah, it could go to your Yelp review page. Absolutely. You know, check out my reviews and put your Yelp and have it linked to your Yelp reviews. Yeah, I love that. So everybody should come up with at least probably 3 links, like your website, your Facebook or your LinkedIn, and then your review page. Yeah, your Yelp review page. Or your business page too on Facebook. And if you have a group on Facebook on that, you could link it. Like mine says Omni Inner Circle Community. I think that they actually go to my Inner Circle community on Facebook. So
is there like a maximum that you would recommend like having? Because I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 links. Does it matter?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could have 8 on there and see how they do. And then if you're getting like 0 links, kind of condense them down. I would think 5 is the perfect amount because look at how nicely it fits on the screen. You know what I mean? Whereas if you have 8, it might look a little bit smaller or they might have to scroll down.
Yeah, I think I might need to rearrange the order a little bit so that some of the
order. I would just see how it looks over here and just make it appealing. You can also, what can you do? My girls set me up with this, so I have to like remember where all the cool things are. But you can also like change the color of the background. So like mine's this like purpley pink, but I think you can change it to be like blue if you want, or just some other, let's see, some other colors.
So Tess, I made a link to my to search for homes.
Yeah.
And so now what I have to do is I have to take that link, that tree link, and put it in my profile, right? Cut and paste it.
So yep. So you just copy paste it. So it's mine's, and you I think you can customize this. So mine's link.tree/Omni social media. And so you just copy paste that and you have that be the link in your bio instead of like your website.
Okay, so that replaces it.
It replaces it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
got it.
this is my, you know, if someone were to click on it, I don't know why my picture's not here, but 1, 2, 3. So I feel like 8 might
figure out where it
be overwhelming. You might want to condense it down a little bit. 8's like a little, I don't want to say like desperate or something, but you know, you want it to look classy and not overwhelming. So maybe try to condense it down to
'Cause the reason I have more, it's because like I often post like things about like, oh, get my free accounting checklist. Oh, get my free video. Check out this article on my blog. Like, join my Facebook group. Like, I have like all these different things that I refer to, so I kind of need the links there so that people can find it.
So you could have, well, so keep the 8, or you could have a landing page that has 3 of those things. So it's like, click here to get all my things for free or something, and then they click and they can get all, or whatever. I don't know. We can talk about it, but
Right.
I think 8. I don't think I'll see how it looks with 8. I'm cool with 8. I
think I'm just gonna change the order that they're in for right now and
just put the most
see
important on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can change the order. I'm not sure how the girls change this color, but if you play around with it.
If you go to settings, it's under there.
Oh, here we go. Cool. So I chose this one, but custom theme. Oh, you have to have the pro.
Well, it might be worth it, maybe. Who knows? Okay.
Maybe. Okay. So Christine, I'm gonna mute you for now.
Okay.
Cool. So that is the link in bio. So that's just to talk about the bio. And then I kind of just asked if anybody had any questions, but I do. So while you guys are working on that, something I do also like to talk about, and I know I throw a lot at you in this 1 hour training, and so feel free to reach out to me after, because we've already talked about what your bio should say. Have emojis, have it be fun, sexy, attractive. It's like your first impression. Like I said, 70, I just refreshed and it said 74 profile visits in the last day. And last night when I was putting this together, I had 66. So that means 8 people visited my profile from last night till this morning. So, it's my first impression for people. So I just want to make sure it looks good. So your bio, then your link tree. Then we did touch on IGTV and the highlights. Something I want to talk about, and this is kind of for Jolyn, but I want to talk about your settings. And so just settings that I like to have set up on my Instagram. I have a business Instagram. As far as everyone here, I would probably just have one Instagram account for all you guys. Myra, you might want to have 2 just because you have like a physical location and your personal life. But everybody else here who works remotely or has small businesses, just have the one. Even Annette, Joe, just have the one, because keeping up with 2 Instagrams is a lot. And you could have it be a business account. Just set it up that way. Business account and one Instagram account, and it's a business account. Okay. So little things are, and they're always changing this. So I hit the little, I'm trying to get to this. Interesting. They're always changing this on me. So you can now do like more promotions. Honestly, I would stay away from the boosting and all of that, and we can talk about it. Where is my Oh, here they are. Okay, so that's weird. They changed it. Okay, so see this little hamburger at the top? What you want to do is hit, I call it the hamburger, but it's 3 lines on your profile. So let me know if you don't see it, but it's 3 lines in a row. And then it opens and it says Insight, Save, Discover People. But all the way down at the bottom of the screen, it says Settings. They hid it from me. So just some things that I like to look at is like go down to business settings, the second section, and actually go down to the 3rd setting where it says privacy and security. Linked accounts, you want that to be your Facebook business page. So Facebook, continue. You want it to hook up to your Facebook business page. And what's cool about this is when it's hooked up and you might have to rehook it up as of recently, you can have your story go to your Facebook business page, which is really cool. Share your stories to Facebook. Okay, so that's one thing I like to have set up. I'm gonna go back to my settings. And if anybody has any questions, let me know. I also like to make sure that my story controls, okay, I like having save to camera roll. I'm really big into recycling the content, so you want to make sure that your stories are automatically saved to your camera roll. Okay, and if anybody has questions why, let me know. You want to also share them to your Facebook. So whether it's personal or business, you want to share them to your Facebook. Christina, well, let me mute you if you want to mute yourself. I don't know why. So that's something I like, just little things in the settings. And that's basically it. If you do have 2 Instagram accounts, you can go all the way to the bottom and do add account, and you can add your personal account, and that way you can toggle between the 2 accounts without logging in and out every time. But those are basically the main things. You want to save your Instagram stories to your page, and you want to make sure that you're sharing them also to your stories. Does anybody have any questions about their settings or about their Instagram? Okay. So geotags and tagging your location. Again, I kind of already touched on it. I have my location in my bio. On my different posts, I put location. So geotagging and location is just good to just get in the practice of doing that. I'm in San Ramon, or I'm in Pleasanton, or I'm in Brentwood, or I'm in Walnut Creek, or I'm in Pleasanton, or wherever. Just kind of always doing that, and over time you'll see how that starts to work for you. And it's all about just the practice, so that you just get more comfortable doing it, and it just comes like a first language to you, really. So makes your post viewable to people in that location. Just add location to the post. So let's say I took a picture in San Ramon this morning and I got back to my house in Pleasanton and I forgot to post it. I can still type in San Ramon. Like, don't feel like, oh, I left San Ramon, so I can't post anymore. You can type in I can even type in Illinois or whatever city I'm in, like whatever city the event's taking place in, and you can put in any location. Okay, so hashtags. You can have up to 30 hashtags on a post. That's a lot, actually. So that kind of was the trend for a while. Now the trend is going back to like 9 or 10 hashtags. And we just put something out in the Inner Circle actually last week where you can put in accounting in that, or you can put in child's play, or you can put in like kid care or something, Myra, and it'll actually give you hashtags to use that are trending. And so you can do like a little bit of research, but keep it to 9 or 10. And again, always hashtag your location, hashtag SF Bay Area, or hashtag Tri-Valley, or Livermore, or, Pleasanton, or the city you're in, Bay Area vibes, or Danville love. Always kind of use some hashtag to tell what city you're in. You'd be surprised who picks it up and where it starts to go for more engagement. And then also like hashtag women in business, or hashtag chamber of commerce, or hashtag network, hashtag connect, hashtag create. These are all just general hashtags that you can be tacking onto your posts that are general enough that you're going to get more eyes on your post, but not necessarily have to be super specific. Hashtag small business, right? So if you guys want any hashtag VFTBA, you can tack that on to anything, and it basically always applies. Does anybody have any questions about hashtags?
Is there any way to like know which hashtags are like getting you visibility or anything, like to know which ones are working well or not? Like,
that's a good question, actually. I guess if you were to put like one hashtag on, I'm trying to think, but I don't believe that there's a way to know right now.
I think what happens is you type that hashtag on search, and then you see where your post is showing up. So if your post is showing up high enough, that means you are
But it doesn't tell you like 30 people came to your profile because of that hashtag.
no.
Or who saw it because of that hashtag or anything like that.
Right. But if you do want to know who's looking exactly at your profile, Instagram stories tells you that. So you know how to look at that. Yeah. So that's the best analytics you can get as far as insights of who exactly is going to your page as of right now. Always hashtag your business name, your own business name, the Coop Pleasanton, like literally a million times. Because believe it or not, people forget. I was at a fitness program with Carrie, and I literally, like, I've been talking to her for like 2 months. We're like BFFs now, all this stuff, and I literally forgot her last name. Like, I'm like, we're thinking about a million different things, right? And so literally just the more repetition and putting it out there and repeat, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, how does everyone in the Bay Area not know about this yet? But they don't. They're busy, and so you just have to continue to remind them. Posting consistently. I know I already harped on this, but you can double your following just by posting every day. Next month, October 18th, I'm doing an Instagram training on how to schedule out your Instagrams ahead of time and have them automatically post for you. So that's huge. I love it. When my posts just show up on Instagram and I don't have to do anything because I prep them ahead of time, super nice feature. And so I try to post on my Instagram every day. And I see when I post consistently, I consistently get 5 or 6 new followers. And then when I fall off, I start losing followers. So posting every day can really increase your following, or as close as you can. Try not to go too long between posting and to stay consistent. Something I've been thinking about recently, especially if you're trying to get into Instagram story, is what if you were required by Tess, by me, okay, going forward, if you were on this call or if you're watching this replay, you are required to take 10 pictures throughout the day. So you wake up, take a picture. What do you see? I don't care if it's of your toothpaste and your toothbrush. Take a picture, right? And then you're eating breakfast. Take a picture. You're going to your first appointment. Take a picture. And you don't have to post it. Just take the picture. And then what are you doing for lunch? What are your lunch plans? You know, maybe you're meeting someone for coffee, you're going downtown or whatever. Take a picture of the pretty bush outside the restaurant. Like, it doesn't have to be anything significant, but just get in the habit of taking more pictures. Okay, so I don't know if 10 sounds like for you. If it does, start with 5. And again, you don't have to post it. It's just to start getting you in the rhythm of taking pictures. And then what you'll find is, oh, that picture's kind of cute. I'm going to put it on my story. And then it goes on your feed. And then you end up making a whole blog post about it. Okay, so it's a great way to start. You're going to go into the future. You're going to need everlasting content, an unlimited amount of content. And so just starting by taking small pictures throughout the day can be like your seeds to start building that. So it's this concept that I've had in my head for a couple of weeks, and first time I'm saying it out loud, and I really like it. I think that really will help anybody get into the habit. Joe, you're doing awesome with your Instagram stories. So just think, okay, I'm gonna take 5 pictures today, and maybe I'll post 3 of them to my Instagram story instead of, oops, I forgot to take any pictures today, and now it's been 1 day, 2 days, 3 days that I haven't posted to my story. So that's just a little tip to help you guys post your story. And then what I do is usually I'll post like 3 to 5 pictures on my Instagram story that only lasts for 24 hours. And then out of those, usually I like one of the pictures or the boomerangs. Usually it's a boomerang if it's me, more than the other ones. And I'll put that one on my feed. And then maybe I'll even feature it in my newsletter, or actually I'm going to write a whole blog post about this, and I syndicate the content in different ways and develop it. So that's just kind of an easy way to create content. That's why I love Instagram so much, because you create content. Christine, remember we talked about taking pictures of all the doors that you
right, yeah,
or all the bathtubs that you see, or all the dining room tables, you know, joyful living today around the dining room table, and it's suddenly this story that people are like, what's your favorite dining room table? You know,
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
this one with the chandelier above it, and people start having conversations with you about the content that you're subtly putting out there. So again, we're not losing traction. We're starting this today. Just go forward with strong, keep tweaking and repeat. Just like my DFTBA, I tweak it and repeat, and tweak it and repeat. So yeah.
So what do you think about posting on Instagram and then having it go automatically to the Facebook? Do you think that's good, or do you think that's too much information?
No, I think it's good. If your Instagram has 3 to 5 hashtags, I say do it. If you have like 10 or 15 hashtags on your Instagram post, maybe what you can do is put those hashtags in the comment below and then hit go to Facebook, because I don't want to see 10 to 15 hashtags on your Facebook.
Well, could you share it initially and then go in and change it on Instagram?
Sure.
Yeah.
Share it and then edit the post on Instagram.
Right.
Hashtags.
Yeah.
That would work.
You just don't want too many on the Facebook.
You don't want too many on Facebook because it looks spammy and people aren't ready for that on Facebook yet. Keep the hashtags on Instagram and Twitter for now.
Okay. All right.
But I think that's great. That's a great way. Yep. Create content. And that would be a good one for you, Christine, because I know your lifestyle and I know, that's what's going to be most practical for you. So
yeah. Okay. All right. And then if I have it checked automatically, then I'll just go.
Yeah. Then it'll just go.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
The look and feel of your profile. So this is something that I definitely think, and I don't want to be rude to anyone. I want to be respectful for everyone. But this is something that I definitely see the generational gap that I'm working with, let's say Gen X and baby boomers versus basically, the way I see it, it's probably like 32 and over and 32 and under. There's kind of like this elephant in the room when it comes to branding and look and feel of your profile. So you want it to have a fluid look to it. There's multiple components in this. Your brand colors, Annette does a fantastic job. You get this concept, Annette. Similar filters, similar colors, really this aesthetically pleasing, kind of crisp look goes a long way. And definitely something it's hard, I know it's hard to take a photo of anything, 2, make sure it's not blurry, 3, make sure that it's cropped well and the filters and pretty. So again, this is a learning curve, but just something to be conscious of. The more aesthetically, I've been using the word sexy a lot lately, and I don't mean sexy in a provocative way. I mean it just in like a kind of a mature, like I guess you could say like young way, like fresh. I guess I should be using the word fresh, right? Crisp, fresh look will definitely go farther, especially in a millennial's eye. And again, this is something where I do kind of see you have to work at it if you didn't grow up with social media. So if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. But and you'll find your rhythm too over time. It takes a long time to build a brand and to build all
okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So create, manage.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm looking at Annette's Instagram. I understand what you're saying about it's her colors, right?
Yeah, doesn't it look beautiful?
So Annette, how do you do that? Are you on Canva or somebody do it for you?
Yeah, I had a friend create me some templates in Canva.
Yeah.
And then I use those and just change up the wording and things that are on them. So I kind of have some basics to work with.
Yeah.
Because I was finding that I was like spending way too much time like trying to create something from scratch each time. So
that's awesome, Annette. And actually, Christine, if you want some templates, I'm more than happy to. Are you comfortable in Canva?
Well, I was playing around with it, and it's one of these things, it's kind of like the shiny object. I was in there trying to work something through, and it wasn't turning out exactly like I wanted it to. So I would love any support that you can give me on templates.
Okay, so what I can do is have my graphic designer build you like maybe 5 to 10 templates that you can play with.
Okay.
You have to let it go. So I know I just harped on like make it look pretty and sexy and like aesthetically pleasing. It's not going to be perfect. You got to get it out. So if
Right,
you're spending, like
right.
more than 10 minutes on a graphic, I'm like, give it.
I know, that's what happens. And then an hour goes by and then it's like, oh my God, my head. And I'm like, I know there's an easier way to go. So I would love
I always get hung up like on the fonts and things like, oh, which font should I use? And there's like 200 fonts and like,
I know, it's just like, it's a mind craziness is what it is, you know.
You have to find that balance of making it look good, but also getting it out. And so I'll maybe talk to you a little bit about how we can do that for you, because
Okay, that would be great. That would simplify my life, because I've really been thinking a lot about, you know, just listed, just sold, and having that. So I'll have to send you my examples, but having it consistent. So it just looks, I love, Annette, what you've done. I mean, it's fresh, it's clean. You feel good when you look at it, right?
You do. That's Christine. That's exactly the great way to say it. You feel good when you look at her profile. And
Yeah.
it's about investing in her company because
clean.
her profile looks right. It shows that she's organized, and so I want to invest in businesses that are organized. Personally,
I get that 120%.
So that's exactly my point when I'm just harping on the aesthetics of your profile. So yeah, good way to hit it home, Christine, and way to be a great example, Annette.
Oh,
thank you guys.
It is great. I mean, it does make
For being a non-creative person, like.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I would trust you if I was getting a referral for you and from somebody and they said, oh yeah, I got to call Annette. I would look at that and go, wow, that's kind of cool. It's harmonious.
It is harmonious.
Try and make it feel relaxing and.
Okay, Christine, I love it because that's our theme for this month is harmony.
Harmonia.
Way to tie it into the content. Okay, so lastly,
it is really good. Her profile is it's awesome actually.
It is. Okay, so I do just want to mention, we put together this 30 photos in 30 days. So what it is it's $29. It's only that for the inner circle. If you're not in the inner circle, it's $129. But this is, we'll say, hey, post a picture of this today. And it's for 30 days, we'll tell you what to post. And so it's a great way to kind of get your content up and flexing the Instagram muscles. So if you're interested, let me know. And it's kind of like an extra little growth opportunity that you can do if you want to test it out for me, give me feedback. I'm doing it for only $29 for a short amount of time. But it's a really great thing that we have for you to show off, and you're being told what to post. So that way you don't have to think, what should I post today? We'll tell you exactly what to post that day, and you can see your following grow. So let me know if you want that. And also, does anybody have any other questions about their Instagram bio, hashtags, and branding? I hope that you guys just feel confident with today's little training and got to spend some time picking up your profile.